G'day, welcome to the Canunda and Emu Flat Railway and part 2 of the cattle train. In this video we will go out and pick up the loaded cattle wagons. The train we're going to use is the same loco, 842, which will move out BN forward, Longwood that is. But before we do, let's have a look at our cards. Here we've got a card box again. This time we're train number 323, down train, Cooper to Emu Flat. Depart Cooper, proceed directly to Emu Flat. This is the cards we've got. We've got loco card, then we've got a card for the upper wagon, and we've got instructions with this card. Place this card between the brake van and cattle cars. And finally, we've got a brake van card. The train is currently in the staging yard at Cooper. We assumed that it has come from Dry Creek Yard in the northern suburbs of Adelaide. The state of South Australia is about the same size as Texas, but most of it is either arid or desert. This is a map of the southeast quarter of the state. My imaginary towns of Canunda, Wooldowie and Emu Flat could be in that short red line to the east of Adelaide. Let's move off then. We've got a green signal so we can depart Cooper. As we arrive at Canunda, we go round the back of King Petroleum. At Canunda, the train order signal is displaying red, so we must stop to pick up train orders. This is the train order the cattle train has picked up. It says train order number 10, train number 323, engine number 842 at Canunda. Take siding at Wooldowie, meet 202, engine X49 at Wooldowie, proceed to Emu Flat. So that's what we'll do. We'll take the siding at Wooldowie. Departing from Canunda. The Wooldowie Canunda Road. Stopped so the observer can get out and throw the turnout for the siding. So train 323 enters the siding at Wooldowie. stops again, so the guard can get out now and throw the turnout back to the main. As train 323 reaches the end of the loop, you can see that the signal ahead is red, indicating that train 202 will be along soon. It's not long before we can see the headlight of 202 approaching. And as we can see, it's X49 on the front. 202 is the Adelaide Jet. Now that the jet is gone, the crew can throw the turnout up to the siding. The guard will throw the turnout back to the main and all aboard, and we can proceed on to Emu Flat. We arrived at Emu Flat. Once again, the observer will now have to get out and throw the turnout for the passing siding. Once in the loop, the turnout needs to be set back for the main. And our train proceeds into Emu Flat. Arrived at Emu Flat. I won't do a commentary on the next few switching moves, except to say that all uncoupling is done with a skewer. 842 will now run around its train. Australian National 842 is an 830 class, which has an Alco 251 6-cylinder engine, which is rated at 1000 horsepower. While 842 runs down the main line at Emu Flat, we'll have a look at our paperwork. Now, at the bottom of the card box it says, "Up stock train, pick up cattle wagons, depart Emu Flat, pick up cattle wagons at Wooldowie and Canunda, then proceed to Cooper." So we've got our engine card here. Now this time we've got the 3 cards for the cattle cars we've picked up here at Emu Flat. This doesn't actually give us authority to move on. We need to have a train order. So train control has issued the following order. Train order number 11 to Garden Engine Man, train number 324, engine 842, at Emu Flat Station, proceed to Cooper. And that will give us authority to go through to Cooper now. And so, train 324, the up-loaded cattle train, departs Emu Flat. Next stop, Wooldowie. Taking a passing sighting at Wooldowie. Like most small country stations in South Australia, Wooldowie consists of 3 tracks: a main line, passing sighting and a goods loop. Here we are. The cattle train will pull up in the passing sighting. The good thing about this arrangement is that most moves can be made into trailing point moves. Sometimes there could be a spur going off to an entry. In this case, Con's Choice fruit packing shed. (842) backs into the goods loop, where it will couple on to whatever wagons are in the loop. And push them up to the cattle wagons. And take the loaded cattle wagons away. The wagons at the goods shed are returned to their places. (842) recouples onto the loaded cattle train. And now departs Wooldowie. Next stop, Canunda. Crossing the upper Bindii Creek Bridge on the way to Canunda. The cattle train takes the passing siding as it enters Canunda. Coming to a halt in the passing siding. The yardmaster tells us that there are no grain hoppers in the way this time, so we can do our own shunting. For American viewers, the 830 class, like most Australian engines, doesn't have a bell. Now we'll make the long shunt back to the cattle pens. The grey cattle wagon is still in the old SAR colours, just been patched over with ANR lettering. South Australian Railways being the predecessor to Australian National here in South Australia. Now the loaded cattle train can depart Canunda, next stop Cooper. arriving back at Cooper. The open wagon is there so that the guard doesn't have the stench of the cattle wafting over him while he's riding along in the brake van. Here we are, back where we first began this video, in the staging yard, but now with a loaded cattle train. We'll assume that this train heads off to Dry Creek and the cattle will be sent to the nearby Jeps Cross abattoir.